possibly episode 346.
From the belly of the Beast Coast, Glastonbury, Connecticut, this is the Cultra Trail Running Podcast. We talk about all the fun shit that happens on the trails that most normal people don't care about. The language we use is fucking explicit and raw like the trails we run on. So don't listen with your kids! No kids. Cultra is brought to you by our Patreons and supporters, and we are 112% listener supported, and support is good.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Cultra Trail Running Podcast. I'm your host, Art Byram, and I am joined today by Fred Marolo.
I'm here.
How you doing, Fred?
I'm doing all right. It's been a winter.
Yeah,
We're having a real winter.
A fuck of a winter.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way, right?
I don't think my wife has left the house in like 4 days.
Yeah.
She's just hunkering down.
Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. It's a good plan. Nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
Now you haven't been running, of course, in this bad weather, right?
I've been running, but really just on the roads in my neighborhood.
Okay, so you've been getting in your minimum 2 miles a day ish?
I've been running about 3 to 3.5 a day.
3.5 a day, of course.
Yeah.
You've been over. That's just in case somebody were to come back and say rounding error or accuse you of anything. So
right,
it's a good safe distance. So I guess just to kind of put it in context so that when people are listening to this episode, 30 years, 50 years, 1,000 years from now, we just had a pretty big snowstorm, right? Last weekend. Yeah.
How much did you get in Glastonbury?
112 inches.
All right. Okay.
I was going to try to see how many, if I don't, I should have gone out and really measured it because I don't know. You know how people like to douche canoe about their snow?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you get? Oh, I get a little bit more than that, whatever you had. You know?
I told my sister that I got about 16 inches in Cheshire. She's in
instantly
New York.
17.
She was like, "Oh, we had about 24." I was thinking, like, "No, you didn't."
Yeah, I think that so the news said that Glastonbury got 18 inches, but okay. I know that's bullshit. I know I got a lot more than that because it was over the top. Plus, it was pretty bad. You mix snow with the most technical driveway in New England, and it's it's pretty bad. So
unfortunately, you got rid of the mogul in your driveway. Otherwise, it would have been good skiing. You could have done some mogul action.
That's true. Although I have to tell you this story. So Evil Becky Burke, I went to get together for a walk because super fans know that I recently had my shoulder replaced. So I'm not allowed to run right now for I think at least 12 weeks from the time that it started. So till the middle of March. But I can walk at this point. I can't walk and chew gum, but I can walk. So Evil Becky Burke came over and we were supposed to go down to the ferry stop, the Rocky Hill Glastonbury Ferry, which is the country's longest continuously operated ferry in the country. So we were supposed to go meet by the ferry stop and then do a walk from there. But I went to get out of my driveway, and at this time, the driveway is so damn technical that there was only probably, I'm going to say like 1.5 inches of snow or something. This is 2 weekends ago, 1.5 inches of snow, and the van wasn't buying it. The van's like, fuck this. I'm not getting up that hill. Like I made it.
That's a steep hill.
Oh, God,
you have to respect the hill.
You do. I got most of the way up the hill. I only had 5 or 6 inches to get into the street, okay, to safety. And it started to swerve and just kind of crab walk some. So I backed it back down and I was going to get a running start. And then I had the brilliant idea that sometimes traction control can fuck you up Like you go to step on the gas and it's not all there because it has traction control. And I just wanted to rev it and get the fuck up that driveway. So I disabled the traction control. So spoiler alert, it did not fucking work the right way.
That didn't help.
No, it did not. It made it a lot worse, actually. So the traction control must be actually doing something, because I got like 3/4 of the way of the driveway, and then it just kind of slid off the driveway. Like I had a tire off the driveway, kind of heading that if I had kept going, it would have gone down the hill and down the grass hill, or caught half of a flower bed and flipped the van. And I love that van. I don't want anything bad to happen to it like that, So
It would be a good story, though.
yeah. So I stopped it right there, left it parked halfway on the grass, halfway in the driveway, and then with one arm shoveled the driveway, because that would have been the thing to do first, and put down salt and everything like that. And called Becky, and we went for a good walk from the house and left the car there until the salt had a chance to do its trick. And I could call in the heavy duty tow trucks and the helicopters, the Hueys and stuff like that, and they did an airlift of the van in order to protect it. So
and so did you like go back in the house and say to Peg, like, oh, I moved the van over to the edge of the driveway so I could clear the driveway?
yeah, she was away. She was in the car.
Okay.
She had the Ford, which is much better in the snow, the one that I sprung and bought snow tires for. So she had that away, and yeah, so she didn't get to witness that. But
okay, good.
It was pretty bad. So, but bottom line is I got out there. So I later on I was able to make it all happen. So
that's good. Are you on schedule?
You mean with the shoulder?
With the shoulder.
Yeah, it's actually recovery is going remarkably well. Today, oh my God, today is like my second. I'm like at 6.5 weeks now. So it's a complete reverse shoulder replacement. And this is the point where, in the beginning, the physical therapist tells you things like, okay, so just lean over a little bit. Now I just want you to swing your body and let your arm swing like a pendulum. Okay. And it shouldn't hurt at all. It should just go in these little circles for like a minute, and then you reverse it and you go the other way. So that's how it started out. I was like, oh, physical therapy. Oh, this is kind of nice. Get to do this. Today was okay, we're going to take this cane and put it over your head, and now I'm going to just fucking pull down on your arms here, and let's see how far we can get this sucker to go. So today was some much more serious work.
Okay.
It kind of felt like I'd say the pain was equivalent to like mile 80 of the hamster wheel, the way my shoulder feels during that, where it's starting to fire up. So anyway, I don't want to kill people with the story of the shoulder, but yeah, it's going well. Thank you for asking.
Good.
Looking February 15th or so, excuse me, March 15th, 17th, something like that, to start my running back again. So
what do you figure you'll do like a 100-miler in April, probably?
Yeah, I think I got to get a BQ first before I do that. Fred, I got to lose like 50 pounds now. I'm like, I heard that fat was really good for, muscles and tendons and things like that. So yeah,
it's a recovery tool. Yeah.
It is. Yes. I'm packing. It's kind of like weight training, if you think about it.
It is a form of weight training.
Yeah. So that's been going okay, but I'm being kind to myself. I'm not beating myself up. I'm trying to keep engaged and hanging out at the Glastonbury, at my gym over at the Glastonbury Senior Center. So
oh yeah,
that's been pretty good. So um, doing little workouts there. I have a spin bike in the house. So I haven't used it that much. I'll be honest. I kind of had this vision of like me watching, BBC News and Bloomberg, TV, and like fucking doing like 3 hour rides or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So I'm working up to that. I'm up to like a half an hour. So, but I'll take it on
That's not
occasion,
bad. Half an hour,
once or twice a week.
that's a
So
workout.
yeah. Um, but we'll see how that goes. But there are lots of people out there who are training now. So um, maybe we should talk about them.
I saw a thing on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody posted on the Trail Mixer site saying, I'm gearing up for a 50K in the spring, and I'm supposed to, this was last weekend, and I'm supposed to
Mm,
run 10 miles on Sunday. What do you think I should do?
drink a beer,
Well,
right?
I mean, I did not comment, but I was
Or
thinking, like,
quit or
the,
what?
the first thing you do is don't completely marry yourself to a training schedule
Mm,
because things will happen like 20 inches of snow,
yeah, yeah,
and then it makes you nervous, like, oh, I'm gonna do terrible in this race because I got
yeah.
to play 10 miler.
Yes, yes. You have to do the equivalent. It's kind of like back in the old days, like if I needed my roof fixed, um, and you were going to fix my roof, but I didn't have any money to pay you, I might give you some chickens. So,
Right. Yeah.
it's the same thing. Like, so I think that if you were to, instead of going for the run, if you were to like eat some chicken or something, or, um, I think that's probably about the same thing, right?
You
You can
should have
kind of
you
barter
should have
it.
commented on that. Like, I think you need to eat
Yeah,
some chicken.
that's right. Yeah. So I think he'd be fine with that,
I'm a
as long as it's
certified
like,
coach. You need to eat some chicken.
yeah, like a sports chicken, like
Yeah, it's
corn,
very
those
sporty chicken.
Cornish game hens. They're like
Oh yeah.
game
See,
ready
their game.
hens.
Yeah.
That's right. So, so you could do that. But yeah, no, it's that time of year. Like I feel bad. Like, although I did have a couple of years like this, Boston trainers, right? Like if you're running Boston Marathon, like the latest you're really starting to think about is if it's like January 2nd or 3rd, you're like, okay, yep, it's time.
It's
And so
on.
it and
Yeah.
so it begins. So
Yeah, that's like January 2nd or 3rd, you're like 15 weeks out. You got to get that thing moving,
yeah,
right?
you
Yeah.
do. You do. Yeah, you got to start to build that base and microdose or whatever the kids are doing these days.
I can remember back in the day reading about Bill Rogers when he was, a
Mm,
contender to win the Boston Marathon,
hmm.
that a lot of times he would just go to Florida in the wintertime because
Yeah.
he'd be in greater Boston. It'd be like this, like it is here right now. And he'd be like, I
Yes.
can't be, doing 20 miles on the roads on a Tuesday
Yeah. It's
afternoon or something. I
you
gotta
you you
get out of
can
here.
see Bill should have gone to the mesh,
No.
right? If he went to the mesh, like, if you need a good winter long run, go to the mesh. The forest in, border of Glastonbury and Portland and um, East Hampton. You run in those tire tracks up there and snowmobile tracks, and you can get a 20 in. The issue is, I always found, was trying to get speed work done. Like
Oh yeah.
if you wanted to get speed work done, it's one thing to go for a run where, it's looking a little bit icy up there. I'm going to slow down, or, I got screws in my shoes or whatever I'm doing. But it's those days where you're like, nope, I got to go out and do some speed work here. You know,
Do some repeat half miles or something. Yeah,
yeah, or
yeah,
even a lactate threshold run. You don't want to
right.
like, it's running too fast. I did one once where I went around a corner and it was just fucking pure ice. And I laid it down like I was like one of those racing motorcycles where I just went around it and then I like slid across the street trying to take this turn, and so it goes, luckily somehow it didn't hurt at all, that
When
kind of
when you're
fall.
younger, you can do things,
Yeah,
I can
that's true.
remember I used to do Umstead training by doing repeats up the Tower Trail at Sleeping Giant. And
Mm.
one year it was really icy at like when you're almost to the top, there's a hard right-hand turn before a pretty hard left-hand turn.
Yes.
And and it's a little bit steep, like there's a bank on the left and then it goes down on the right, and water had just poured over that
Hmm.
and frozen. And I ran around there and I got onto the ice and ended up on all fours and just like slid all the way back down to the beginning of the ice.
Yes.
And then I did it again because I wasn't smart
Oh,
enough to turn around. I went back, got a running start, went up it again, and still didn't
oh,
make it past the
oh,
ice.
trying to get up.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that sucks. That sucks.
Then actually I went around and I think it's the blue trail,
Yes.
like it goes there and I took
Yeah.
the blue trail and I got back on the other side of the ice and went up to the tower. But I
Mm,
was like thinking about that years later and I was like, I wouldn't even encounter that now. I figured I would like
no.
break a hip or something if I did.
That's right. That's right. You would have drilled in some you would have gotten your climbing ropes out there and
Yeah,
hammered in and
that's right.
some
Or
snow
like
anchors.
my put my crampons on, my
That's right.
snow
Yeah,
axe. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you need ice axes to get up
Yeah.
that thing.
Yes.
I was just there with Josh and Anna. So I went
Okay.
up and did a double repeat with Josh up there. So
That's how I used to train for Umstead. I would run from my house down to there and then go a couple
oh,
times up and then go back home.
okay. All right. That's legit. So that was my first trail walk because or I put in hike actually instead of walk. So that's like advanced training these
Yeah.
days, if it's a hike. So that was fun. I need to probably do more of that.
Okay. I know
Uh,
you don't want to dwell on your shoulder, but like, do you feel like you've lost a lot of aerobic fitness having to
um,
relax?
Fred, if I went by my Strava age, I'd be breaking age records because I'm like 112 years old or some shit.
All right.
My honestly, my yeah, my VO2 max is it's showing right now at 38.
Okay.
Now,
I can see that.
I know it's relative for people, and some people, maybe there's a couple people out there that might say, "Oh, 38. I wish I had a 38," but probably not too many. So, but yeah, and it's usually, if I'm not in good shape, it's in the high 40s or low 50s. So it's so it's been it's happened, and I feel um somewhat non-athletic at times,
It
like
comes back though, or it comes back.
yes, it does. And I'm okay with that. You know what? This is I knew that was part of the I knew that was part of it. But
It's kind of nice actually to take a little time off, this from somebody who ran 39 years every day.
yeah, Fred, what the fuck would you know about it?
Yeah, I
Just
after
saying.
I got out of the hospital, my resting heart rate went from like 42
Uh-huh.
to 70.
Mm. Okay.
That's
All
that's what a
right.
month on your back does for you.
Yeah, yeah. Mine's 77 is sitting down at a podcast.
Okay,
So,
there you go.
so um so what else? I guess like other thing is there might be people training for the Cut 112, right?
It's time to start thinking about it,
You
right?
might want to take up running or jogging at least, right?
Yes, some jogging would be
Some
good.
light jogging, you know, or some, take it like never go more than 2% more a week than you went the week before, you know, or 10%. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like a Dr. Sheehan rules, like back from the 70s, I think, right?
Yeah. Until like 3 weeks before and then fucking hammer
And
down.
just yep, throw it all down.
That's right. That's right. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that.
This is not
So
an advice show.
it is
Don't
not an
don't listen to
advice.
anything.
So our advice is don't listen to what we're saying. Um, so I guess like the Cut 112 is open. I didn't really make a big deal about it to people. But it is the Cut 112 registration is open, and it's not like I know anything about it, right? But it is definitely happening this year, so I've heard. And
And, and you should get going on it if you want to be in it because
yes,
you're like 17 weeks out.
That's right. That's right. So Ultra Sign Up has a sign up for it where you can sign up for the event um, and then make a donation to Connecticut Forest and Parks, which they're not affiliated with the event in any way. You know, if I see them walking down the street, they're probably not even going to say hi. So
Oh no, definitely
they
not.
would, but
That they'll avert their gaze. Oh,
no, they will. They'll kind of look down, but then as I'm going by, they'll kind of look up and give me that little look and wink. You know, so we might get a wink or like maybe a slap on the a slap on the backside, just like passing by. You know,
maybe a wink and like the universal sign for money, right? Like,
yeah,
yeah, all
that's
right.
right. That's right.
We know,
That's
man.
right. And I am glad to support them for this. So anonymously from afar, it's like The Godfather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give you $112 today. And there may come a day when I need to be bailed out of MDC jail or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I might get picked up by the authorities, you know, the Connecticut Fish and Game or animal control.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And, you know, and they'll have to come in as a character witness for me.
I have an
But
important question for you on the
yeah,
112,
please.
cut 112 training.
Yeah.
Do you think it's one safe to run on those trails when they're really snowy? And two, is it is the footing like are you less apt to roll an ankle when you're on a blanket of snow?
Fred, Fred, you know, I can't. So anyway, let me tell you, the prior people who ran the Cut 112, they fucked it up. It was not my fault. um,
I don't even know
okay,
those people.
I don't even know those people. So no, what I would say, that's an interesting question, and I would say you're correct on both accounts. I think that you have a much better chance of hitting the peak of the mountain or certain sections of the mountain and have a glacier running through the middle of the course that will carry you down to a amazingly fast yet painfully slow death as you plummet down the hill screaming for your life before being impaled on sharp trap rock.
Well,
So
no, one of the
I
things,
think that could happen. But also, I think that there's certain areas that you're going to be able to jog down this, you know, you're going to be able to jog down this boulevard of buffness that is no longer that lacks any semblance of technicality. So I think that there's segments that you could pick up in the winter that there's no way you could do in the summer, and and be perfect and be a lot safer, even if you fell on those very technical segments. I think
and
that you would
and
be,
that's my question, kind of. I mean, I
yeah,
know that at Hard Rock, there are
mm-hmm,
parts where you're on like uh, persistent snow, if not glacier, where you can glissade down like a couple
yeah,
hundred yards, right? Like,
yes, yes, yeah. I'd say that's absolutely true. And it's not to say that you won't really fuck yourself up somehow, because we
right,
all can. You can do that. You can
not
catch a
recommending
spike.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
you can break your ankles catching catching your spikes on something, or there's a lot of ways to hurt yourself. So we're not. I'm not going to say that it's safer, or I'm going to say it's both. Right?
Okay.
It's safer, but also much more dangerous.
I have had the experience running on trails slowly
Mm-hmm.
on snow, and I thought that I was less apt to roll an ankle than when I was running on, typical Connecticut rock.
Mm. Yeah, no, I think definitely like it's the trail that comes to mind is if you're running at Trap Rock in Penwood Forest, that first big hill that you hit going up right at the start. I think if you're running down that, you can go down that so much easier than you in the winter than you can in the summer.
Right. That's the kind
It
of thing I'm
just
thinking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just blast through that. It's just like you put your feet in Fred Flintstone mode or Roadrunner mode and just and cruise on that. So
I think our
um,
friend Chuckley Chip used to do some winter hiking, running in the
mm-hmm.
whites, and he thought that when it got a base of snow on it, you knew what to expect. It wasn't
Yes.
worry about the wrecks as much.
Yeah. I mean, to a certain extent, it's all, you know, and that has extra, there's extra things that kind of kick in there. We don't usually have too much, to my knowledge, like avalanche danger here in Connecticut,
Right. And we're not
right?
above
I
the
mean,
tree line.
we
We're not,
don't, yeah, we don't have those, those hurricane force winds and 50 degrees below zero. Um, but
yeah, so we've got it easy.
yeah, we do. It's very easy. But now, the White Mountains, I've talked a lot about it lately, what it's like to go above tree line and and just how different that is compared to most of our experiences here. Not you can still get frostbite around here. Don't worry. You can still do that, if you want to. But I would say that it might be a bit easier, in some of the conditions, in some of the full conditions up, in the Whites or some other, Adirondacks,
Yep.
and some other places. So, um, yeah, but I think you're right. I think some of the footing is much more, as long as you have traction and or are able to float somewhat, with snowshoes or whatever's appropriate. Yeah, it can be somewhat more predictable until it avalanches and buries your ass. So, um, but yeah, but I want to talk about that some more in a little bit. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of remind people that the Cut 112, if you're interested, look it up on. It's in the show notes as it always is, and you can sign up on Ultra Sign Up. Okay,
And it's not a beginner's 112 miler though, right? I mean, do you have to still, or does somebody still have to approve the people?
yeah. I mean, you just have to you want to know what you're doing, right? I mean, that's all. You have to provide your own support for this. There may be people kind of looking out for you a little bit, but your safety is your own responsibility. Um, and and if you have any questions about your ability to do this, then definitely come and talk to me. Or talk to somebody who's done it, and they can tell you. So, in a sense, Fred, that's the big question: is this an easy race or is this a hard race? I don't know. You know,
Um, well, first of all,
it's
it's
not
not a
easy.
race. It's not a race, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just it's an exposition kind of.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not easy.
no,
I
it's
mean,
not.
it's not forbiddingly hard. Lots of people have done it, but
Hmm.
it takes a long time and
And lots of
a
people have
lot of
not.
support. You definitely need a lot of support.
Yes, even lots of people have done it, but lots of people have not done it as well.
Correct. Yes.
Probably almost as many people have done it as have not done it
It
at
does
this
not
point.
have the fatality rate of Everest, though. I think that you
Yeah,
can
or
say
Mont
that,
Blanc.
right? Or okay, yeah.
Mont Blanc. Did you know? I watched a um a movie. I think it was actually. I think it was called. Um, God, I should know what it was called. I think I wasn't planning on talking about this, but the Traverse, or the old what they call it. Maybe it's called the Ultra Traverse is actually the name of the movie. I think it's about
Okay.
two guys who go and ski and um, they skimo this the Mount Blanc, connecting two mountains is what they do. And it's one that Killian uh, went to do. And, it turned into a fatality when he was out there.
Is that the one where his buddy
Yes. Yeah.
died? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
remember
So,
that.
so these two other guys, and again, I should be more prepared than I am, go and do this. Um, and they kind of show what they're up against on this. So it was interesting. I didn't know that something like, I think it's like 100 people. It's crazy, like 100 people a year. Um, uh, there's like 100 rescues or more a year on Mont Blanc, and many fatalities.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
crevasses, mostly like crevasses and shit like that. The weather isn't great, but it's not as bad as certainly not as bad as Mount Washington or some of the other stuff.
Right.
Different issues. So, um, but so and also if you want to come and hang out at the Cut 112, you can do that by, you know, go onto the Cut 112 Facebook page and let people know that you're available to crew. And I'm sure that there's somebody out there who needs either crewing or pacing, which is
Lots of people need crewing, but also pacing too. That's right.
which is better than racing. So, and then I guess the final thing on that is that if you wanted to support that, could still use maybe one or two more financial supporters for the Cut 112. And that way, the people who are actually running it, their donations are going directly to Connecticut Forest and Parks. And then, the financial people who are supporting it, that's kind of a separate, what do we call that? A bucket in the accounting world, Fred? I think we call that
Sure,
a bucket.
a bucket,
Yeah.
right.
Second
Which is
bucket.
really, the administrative costs can all be picked up by the supporters, the athletic supporters.
That's right. We don't commingle. We don't shit where you eat. No, we don't run where. Well, I don't know. You can if it takes a long time to run this, so you might need to shit. So
you
might need to eat too. So,
but not in the same place. Let's hope, right?
No, it's spread out over 112. That's why it's a 112-mile run.
And wash your hands, people. Come on.
Yeah, come on, and not on the trail. Okay, so got that out of the way, and you can quote me on that. The next thing is kind of like a miniature Cut 112. It's the Real King of Pain. And that's coming up on February 8th. If you're looking for something to do, I'll be there at the start, and then I'll be up at the aid station that we're going to put on. And then I'll go over to the party afterwards. So this is basically a 10-mile run at an easy pace. I think it's about 2,000 feet of vert, power lines. And it's going to support the King of Pain road race. So we run 5 miles up and then hand out water and things like that to the runners, and then run back down the hills. And on the power lines, very hilly. And the beauty is that you have at least 2 stream crossings each way. One of which is probably can be thigh deep and quite icy and swift moving water too. So you will get wet, which you think like, why would I do this? Well, there's lots of people who do cold water plunges and fucking post about it on Instagram, right? So this is better. This would kick, if you did this, you would kick all of their asses easily, right? Because it's like a double plunge plus a trail run plus a party up on the mountain. So you really can't beat it.
And if you've never done it before, one of the things, as long as your shoes drain well,
yeah,
it's kind of jarring to like go up to your knees or thighs in water, but you don't stay cold.
Yep.
You start moving again and you're okay.
That's right. You just pee yourself and it'll be fine. You got nothing to worry about.
That's right. You're good. You're good to go.
That's right. So just don't wear white shorts, right? Or white, So looking forward to that. And we'll have a GPX course. I think we have that on the event. That's on the Facebook page too, if you want to go and sign up there so that we know how many people to expect. So, and again, that's February 8th. We start the run an hour before the race starts. So before the road race starts, so that we have plenty of time to get up there. It's not a fast paced thing generally. It's generally people are kind of running in groups and having a good old time. Right. So that will be that'll be great.
And you'll start early and you'll be back in time for the Super Bowl. So you'll be okay.
Is that on the Super Bowl day?
I believe it is.
Wow.
Yes.
Huh. February 8th. There you go. What could be better than having that on the Super Bowl day? It's kind of like the Super Bowl of running.
There you go.
With a halftime show. Actually, this halftime show.
There is the halftime show.
It is. Right. It's better. and you get like doused in ice cold Gatorade in the beginning and the end
Wow.
with the
Okay.
stream crossing.
Yes.
So I'm glad you brought that up, Fred. So now it's all making sense. The Super Bowl's been copying us, right? Oh my gosh. But with that, I would imagine that with the snow that we have on the ground, there's probably some kind of trails going up the mountains and stuff. So you're going to need some good traction too. So definitely bring your spikes and
Yes. Yeah, you're gonna
and
need
stuff
some
like
kind of
that.
spike action. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go out and scope it out a little bit from the road, even though I'm not allowed to um, put myself in a place where I can fall or anything. So
Yeah, don't you put yourself in a place where you could fall.
no,
You're gonna set
no,
back your
I have to
recovery.
make sure that the bone is fully healed and the shoulder's fully healed before I break it. So, I
There
don't
you
want to
go.
half break it. So, um, all right. So, next thing is we got the Olympics coming up, right? The Winter Olympics.
We do.
Yeah, and that's pretty exciting. Um, one of the new events this year is Skimo, right? Ski mountaineering. So basically, we've had lots of people, uh, um, Andrew Drummond. We've had uh, uh, Reverend Will runs. We had Will on, and he talked to us about Skimo. Lots of people out there do this. Everybody does this. You should fucking do it. Why aren't you doing it? Sorry.
Why aren't you doing it right now?
That's right.
Yeah.
If you might actually be listening to the show as you're skimoing. Skimoing, that makes it sound like it
Oh, that
has to
kind of
do with
sounds like you're cutting
grass.
grass. Yeah.
Yeah. Scheme, and it's not ski mooing,
No,
right?
no.
So,
Or mowing.
or
It's not like
mowing,
it's not like
Amy
Amy
Mauer
Mauer.
power.
Right.
Yeah.
Mauer power.
Yeah. So they're going to have that, and that's excellent. That's the closest thing we've had to trail running, I think, in the Olympics so far, and it is basically trail running going up the mountain, right, and then you ski down the mountain. So, and the two people who are representing the U.S., Cam Smith and Anna Gibson, are both accomplished trail runners too. So,
Makes sense. I,
yeah.
I think that trail running and cross country skiing have a lot of crossover too. I loved cross country skiing when I was younger because
Yeah.
it was like running.
Yes. Yes. It is. Yep. I just got new boots too. So, and right before I had my shoulder done in that last recovery week in Lincoln, I went up to Lincoln Woods and went for a good cross country ski there. So,
Have
busted
you ever
out.
cross country skied at Notchview?
No.
I would like to do that sometime just
Oh my
because,
God.
that's the place, right?
Yeah. Why don't we? What is wrong with us? Why isn't
We
there an
should have an
event?
organized
We should have an
trip
event
up
there,
there. Yes.
like
Yeah.
a 48-hour, 72 hour
Oh my
ski.
God.
What the fuck? I can't believe Ben hasn't done that yet. Has he done that?
I don't think so, but it's open to the public in the winter, right? So
You
so
know what
you'd
I
have
say,
to,
Fred?
you know.
Fuck the public, right?
Yeah, yeah. We're just closing this down. We're
That's
private
right.
party.
No,
Sorry.
we're
Yeah,
just no. We'll just say official business.
official.
That's what
Okay.
I used to. My dad worked for the phone company, so anytime I wanted to make a a toll call, I could call up and I could dial the operator and then just say this is an official call, and then tell her what number to dial, and they would connect me
Nice.
through. But it's I don't know. I guess maybe I wonder if they got suspicious being that I was like 10 years old. This is Commissioner Gordon, you know. Oh my gosh. Um, well, there's a new magazine out in Canada called Canadian Trail Running Magazine, which is a knockoff from Canadian Trail Fishing Magazine. I think most likely it is, at least.
Clearly. Yeah.
And
Too coincidental.
yeah, it is. It sounds a lot like it. So they recently published an article called "How to Be a Lifelong Runner," So I thought
Art Byram.
like Fred Marolo. Because I kind of sat out, like I was looking for my shoes for 38 years before I could find a matching pair of socks and trying to get my shit together. Um, but there's a guy who's named Howard Lux, who's a 62-year-old orthopedic surgeon. And he he's been running for a long time, and he laid out what he thinks are the key things to keep people out of his operating room. So he basically wanted to come up with what are the things that make sense if you want to run for a long time. So I thought that I would kind of throw those out here, and I haven't. Let's just be clear on this. Fred has not seen any of these comments before.
I've not seen any of these things, and
he's
ready
not been giving answers.
To comment.
Did you pack your own bag, or was it in your possession the entire time? So, first one is treat hard efforts like they're limited. So, he's saying that basically you can spend big, but you can't necessarily do it all the time. And that your joints have a finite number of hard efforts. Are you buying that, or are you calling bullshit on that?
I to be perfectly truthful about it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that the people I know a lot of older runners who've been doing it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a tendency, it might just be an age thing, but there's a tendency that if you get up about 100,000 lifetime miles, you start to have orthopedic issues. It's kind of like a car,
I was going to say your warranty. I've been trying to get a hold of you, Fred, because your warranty is expired.
Yeah, I went over 100,000 miles, and I wasn't even thinking of it. And I saw somebody had written about it on the Ultra list back the old Ultra list, and I was like, huh, look at that. It's starting to happen to me. But I was also in my early 60s at the time, and I think that that's a time when you start to at least have some issues. I don't.
Fuck. I'm in my early 60s, Fred.
Yeah, one of the things my best running years when I was 59 and 60 for doing ultras. But and then I started to slow down. But I do think that the clinical presentation of someone's, like, to get technical about it, someone's like your knee, like someone's going to do an MRI on your knee, and go like, oh, you're missing a lot of cartilage there, sir. I think for a lot of people, you're better off not doing that, because then you start to think of yourself as someone who's partially disabled. And if you just keep going, you can endure a little bit of discomfort. It's not disabling. It's just, so you just keep on keeping on, and
that's right.
You're okay.
Okay. I like this, Fred. So I think let's see if they talk about that. Okay. Let's see if they talk about that more. Because here's the thing too, though. I have, like probably a lot of people listening, I have the bias of fuck you, it's me here.
Yeah.
I like, it can't possibly be bad for you. Don't you dare say anything contrary.
Well, let me make one other point on that. Back in the Ultralist days, I may have said this on the podcast at some other time, but back in the Ultralist days, somebody posited that there is an amount of running beyond which you're probably not extending your life. Like, you may be shortening.
Yes.
There's a sweet spot.
Of course.
Then beyond that, you might actually be
killing your brain cells.
Yourself to live less long. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
and I mean, because here's the thing.
Shouted that guy down. They were like, "That's bullshit." The more better.
Fred, we all know that that's true, right? I mean, just by the simple, not because we've observed it or because we think that we've lived that necessarily, or that we even know anybody who has, but there's a basic concept out there that you can run yourself to death. Like, if you run a 1,000 million miles in one time, right? If you run a certain distance, you're gonna fucking collapse and be done, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so understanding that that is one of the extremes, there's some middle ground on there where it's still taking away from your life, for a certain
Yes.
period of time.
Yeah.
Now,
If you're,
whether that's 100 miles or a 10K, like some people will have you say, you read some like health and fitness magazines, they'll have you thinking, oh, yeah, anything over 30 minutes of running or jogging at a slow and easy, comfortable pace without sweating or any sort of discomfort, anything more than that is diminishing returns and is actually negative. So,
yeah, there was a doctor, I think in Kansas City, and I can't remember his name right now, but he got a lot of press back maybe 20 years ago. And he would say
mm,
that if you ran even 5Ks too hard, like at a, a very high percentage of your potential, that you were
yeah.
shortening your life and risking death.
Well, you're definitely risking death. That's proven. I mean, that is absolutely Paul Thompson and allegedly, I'll say, just because I'll probably, it is possible that I'm misremembering this, but I don't think I am. Paul Thompson, who's the chief cardiologist at Hartford Hospital, and was the go-to cardiologist that Runner's World would go to. Anytime there was an article on heart attacks or anything like that, they would go to Paul Thompson and then they would quote his studies and things like that. He was at one time, he was like not the Surgeon General, but the Grand Poobah or the something of
Of
of of of
cardiology.
of death records in the
Oh,
state of
okay.
Rhode Island. So he was able to find, and the reason that why that was significant was that he was able to determine, based on those records, whether the people were dying when they were running. Okay, so he knew, like, he was able to piece together statistics on this and to figure out, like, okay, is running bad for you or good for you? Like, I mean, we all think we know, right? But then, like, does it prove out that way? And he showed that as a runner, you had a much lower chance of heart attack and death, or heart attack, at least, I think is what he looked at specifically. Um, you had a much less chance than the general population of dying of a heart attack as a runner. You had a much higher chance than the general population of dying from a heart attack while you were running. So for that hour a day that you're running, during that time, during that 1 hour, you might have like twice the probability of the general population of having a heart attack. But then
Okay.
during the other 23 hours, you might have, 25% chance, of the average, if I explain that correctly. So, um, so I think that he came out and, kind of proved that is, that you can get, that running, yeah, overall you're better off, but the times that you're running, you could be in trouble. You have to kind of pay attention. Like if you feel like if you feel something that's really different and not right, there's no good reason to push through that unless you're near the finish line and you want to win, right? I
You,
think.
you know, you always hear the anecdotes about the guy who's running his first half marathon and he's like in the last 100 yards and he kills
Yeah,
from a heart attack.
100%. That's where people are most likely to, as I recall reading, that's where you're most likely to die is in, towards the end or just after you finish, you know. Um, and I know that's where it always got me too. Not so much, in the 5Ks, definitely, towards that finish line. Marathons, not so much, but marathons after, um, you know, 5 minutes after I finish, 10 minutes after I finish, I can go from feeling great to being in the medical tent.
Yeah.
That's happened to
And I
me
think that's true.
multiple
Like
times.
after a marathon, a lot of times you are okay, and then your body just like comes down from that high and you
Mm-hmm.
feel terrible.
Yeah, yeah,
Really
yeah,
bad.
absolutely. Okay, next one is build muscle while it's easier. He says that strength in your 30s is a long-term brain and body investment. Um, Muscle mass is cognitive insurance. So, you know, it's easier to build muscle early on when you're young than when you're old, and that will help you stay healthy longer.
Um, the first part I think is 100% true,
Yeah.
right? It's just easier to build muscle when you're younger, and when
Yeah.
you're older, you start to lose it. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah. I mean,
But
yeah.
but whether or not that's the key to longevity in the sport, I don't know. Probably it probably helps.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the fastest older runners that I know are um, very fit runners. Like they're people who are lean and have some cut to them.
The
Um,
fastest older runners I've met are runners who are naturally lean, but
uh-huh.
didn't start running really young. Or if they
Mm,
did, they took years and years off. So they
okay.
didn't just grind it out for 50 years. They took like 30 years in the middle off, and then they came back
Mm,
and were fast again.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to call bullshit on that one, right? I mean, like,
Yep.
I,
Yep.
so I think we'll move on. So, next one is learn to work around injuries before they become chronic.
Yeah. I'm not really sure I'm not really sure what he's saying, but
I read that to mean, like there was a time when, like if you ever had runner's knee, right, and instead of backing off, instead of backing off and trying to figure it out and try to figure whatever it is, your stride or whatever you need to do to correct that, footwear or um you know special things. I don't know. um or just like easing into it, proper training volume, or whatever it is. Like if you try to just like no pain no gain it and push through like a fucking idiot, I think you can do serious damage, like where it becomes worse.
I don't disagree with that, but I think what's most likely to happen if you're gearing up your running and you have an issue like runner's knee or something and you don't address it is that you're going to make it worse to the point where you stop running. And I've known
Mm,
lots of runners who are like,
yeah.
yeah, I run and then I run for like a year and a half and then I get this serious injury and I have to take 6 months off. And I always think
Wow.
like, well, what are you doing when the injury's coming on? Why are you letting it get to
Yeah.
the point where you have to take 6 months off?
Yeah. I mean, my goal was always to find my running log, and kind of Strava kind of fucked this up for people because I think it kind of distorts what a running log should be. In a lot of cases, it should be for you and
Right.
something that is your own self-examination, or there's certainly value in that. Like, oh, I ran today and gee, it was weird. My knee just felt a little bit weird at the end, and I did this as I was running down the hill. It felt a little bit weird. Oh, 2 days later, oh, yeah, my knee felt a little weird again. And then all of a sudden, like a week later, you do something and bam, oh, I hurt my knee today. Well, how did that happen? Oh, when did you get hurt? And then so you take a couple of days off and you can't really reconstruct, because who the fuck knows when it started hurting, right? Because
Mm.
you have no record of that. Nobody's like, there's no receipt for that or anything. Like, so if you're not keeping records, or unless you have a photographic memory, you're not going to know and be able to figure your shit out, right? I think that, like, I think good runners know themselves and they know what their limits are. They know the difference between soreness from pain, soreness from a workout, and potential injury, right? And that when they're heading towards a potential injury, they, they're able to recognize, hey, these are the warning signs of this. So I can still train, but I got to just be careful about this aspect of it, whether it's running down hills or cutting back on some speed work or whatever it is that they need to do to get through that. So, because, getting hurt takes you out for, best case scenario, not you, Fred, but like normal people would take out, like it takes you out for 3 days. The smallest injury can take you out for 3 days, right? You
But
take,
I mean, a lot of them will take you up for 3 weeks or three
oh,
months,
easily. Yeah,
you know?
certainly. Certainly. Yeah.
So I mean, I I always had the mentality because it was a thing that I was running every day. I always had the mentality that I'm running for today and for tomorrow.
Mm.
Like I mean, I ran hundreds and multi-days and stuff, so I would run myself into the ground pretty far, but I never I don't think it's wise to think like, oh, I may fuck myself up so bad that I won't be able to run for a month, but I'm going to finish this race. Like
Yeah.
that's not productive. It's really, so
Yeah. I mean, I think I only ever did that once where I kind of felt that I was injured and kept running just to finish, like where I felt that I was really something was kind of going wrong, and I kept going with it. And that was at the fair. The one day at the
yeah.
fair when I ran, I did the 112 miles in 24 hours. And I went into it a little bit injured and with my ankles hurting. And then by the time I was done, you know, I ran it hard in the end, but it was pretty bad. I don't think I ran for like 3 or 4 months after that,
That's what I was
and
going to ask you. Like, did you really do the damage that you were fearing that you were
oh
doing?
yeah,
Apparently, yes.
100%.
Right?
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah, it was right when Hokas were just out, right? Or they were out for a little bit.
Hmm.
I got my first pair and they were like these yellow marshmallows, like these big yellow marshmallows. And they
I might
just
have a
like,
pair of those still.
oh,
Yeah.
and they were pretty bad. And then I got a pair of Cliftons, early Cliftons. And just as I went around that corner, I had to tiptoe around that hairpin turn, just because I knew that they were on fire going around that corner. So um, there was no pivoting, and I flattened the tendons and the tendons in my ankle. I just
Yeah.
they were worn flat, and I wore inserts. I wore inserts in my shoes for probably 4 years after that, until we had our friend from Brody, I think his name was, right. Brody Sharp, wasn't that his
Yep.
name?
Yeah.
From
He was great. Yeah.
Australia, the physio from Australia, and he kind of gave me a little plan on how to abandon those, or how to work my way off of those, and it worked really well. So um,
He knew his stuff.
he did, yeah. So shout out to Brody. Um, and then I think those are the basic ones that they're talking about. The other one he just says is keep the goals practical. Don't. I guess it like make sure that when you're uh, if you're injured, like maybe that's not the best time to try to get a to get a PR, right?
Yeah.
Like
I could add some to that list too.
yeah. What would you say,
I
please?
I would say find joy in your running.
Mm,
Don't uh, like get on some training plan that's rigid. You should be looking forward to your run. I see too many people. I'm on a lot of social media and I mostly just
mm,
lurk and I see people like I've got to run 15 miles on Sunday and
yes.
I'm not feeling it. Like
Yeah.
what should I do? And I'm thinking like you should want to do your runs. You should honor the distance that you're training for. So like make a plan and do something that where you're going to put some miles in. But the fun is in the training. You should be finding joy in your running. If you're doing it just to get a medal or a buckle or something, and you
Which
find it
buckle, friend?
miserable,
Which buckle are we
then
talking?
change it up. Change it.
Which buckle?
Any buckle.
Any buckle. I have to say there are a couple exceptions, I think, to your rule. I love the idea of run joyfully and run, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And that's what it's all
Just
about and
figure it
stuff.
out if you're not having fun, right?
But there is the point where I always looked at the sign of a good marathon training program was when I got 3.5 weeks out from my race. And at that point, I should be fucking done. I should like be like exhausted and kind of getting towards broken. I don't know, not getting towards broken, but just like thinking like, oh my God, like this has been a lot to handle, you know?
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
think there's anything wrong with that.
yeah.
But
And,
but
and,
then you back it down and you start to feel like
yeah, you head
you're
into
like
it.
full of energy, right? You're ready
Yes, you
to
head
do
into a
this.
taper, but the rest of it, you know, as you're doing your speed work and cutting, you know, at the time cutting volume and keeping your quality and stuff like that, you should still feel good and hit the line feeling like you're having joy in being there, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
And I will say, I mean, I've said this many times on this podcast and to anybody who would listen, you're better off hitting the starting line of a marathon undertrained and
mm,
healthy than you are like having checked off every box of the 18 mile or the
yeah.
21 mile or whatever that stuff and feeling broken when you're on the starting line.
Yes,
On the
yes.
starting line, you should feel good.
Yep. Yep. Because I ran a couple races like that. My first BQ was like that. I managed to still get it done at Chicago. I think it was 2006, right? Yeah, 2006 Chicago. Got it done. But I started the race after having taken 3 weeks off before because because I had a sore Achilles and I decided to go out and do my run anyway. So I came back with the Achilles that hurt a lot more, and the opposite knee also fucked up
Oh yeah,
because
okay.
I was kind of hobbling and
Mhm.
planting and you know the wheels wobbled and fell off, and I hit the ground hard. So
But
um,
you rallied, so you mean
I
you got
did,
your BQ.
yeah, I did. I got through that, but that also taught me like, okay, this is not what it's about. Like I don't have to um, be this miserable, you
You
know,
don't have to be miserable.
and
It's
stupid.
it's not a
Stupidly
masochism
miserable.
thing. I mean, some people say, "Oh, distance runners, they're all masochists." It doesn't
Yeah,
have to be.
that's
It's
true.
fun. The feeling of being able to run miles and being able to process the oxygen and run the miles and do it is joyful. It's a great
Hmm.
thing.
Yes,
And if you turn it into drudgery, it'll become drudgery, but you can make it happy.
yes, yes. No, that's definitely true. I think yeah, I think that you have to have fun with it, right? Because otherwise, why don't you go do
Why are you
something
doing it?
else?
Right.
Do something else, right?
Yeah.
Like go canoeing or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Canoeing's good. Yeah.
yeah. I did want to talk about there's something else going on in the world right now that I wanted to talk about. And no, it's not Greenland or Minnesota, although we could easily talk about those things. I did want to talk about Burrito League. So, Burrito League is it's not such a thing in. I'm finding it's not such a thing in Connecticut, at least, but it does seem to be a phenomena that's taken over a lot of other areas like Boston, New York, certainly the West Coast has picked up on this a lot. And I think it's something that's really going to grow. And basically, what's happened is that it's, groups of people gotten together. Aravipa, I think, that kind of crew has, and, I could fuck up some of the details on this, which you would expect. But basically you find a Strava segment, and then whoever is able to do that Strava segment the most times within a time period, kind of like going for the local legend of these things for usually they're 30-day periods or a given period of time. Whoever does it the most um, gets like I think it's like a lifetime's, in air quotes, a lifetime supply of burritos. Um, so that's huge motivation, and it's also Mount to Coast is also seems to be very much involved in this as well. So who knows? Might look to have something like that going in Connecticut soon. So I would kind of expect it. So, but
Okay. A
if you,
global grassroots endurance running event this January.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
Um, So I think last time I checked, I thought there were like 115 of these races going on or events going on across the country. Um,
So like it's sort of like local legend for a month a Strava segment.
yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Um, so stay tuned because I think you know what we might do that. It might not be burritos, but it might be something better. So
All right.
and
All
maybe
right.
it'll involve Mount to Coast. I'll have to we know people, right? So
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
we'll maybe do some reaching out and see what we can put together. So
Mount Coast had a big presence at across the years. They're affiliated with our VIPA, I think. So
yeah, yep.
yeah.
Yep, I know. Yeah, and also Warmug too, right? So
Yes. Yeah.
you know,
Karen Tristan's wife is involved in it. So
yep, and Lynn too,
Trisha, I
who
mean
we had on
Trisha's
this.
wife. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yep,
Yeah.
gotcha. Um, okay. Let's see. Well, you know what? It's good. It's good that they're helping. We could use that word, right? That they're helping our friends over at Lake Warmug, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's always a good thing is to help
And by
help
the way,
people.
while we're there, everybody should run like Warmog. Come on, sign up,
Mm,
run the
yeah,
race.
right. Why not?
Why
Um,
not?
that can't help or can't hurt, right? I mean, sorry,
Right? It probably can't help
it
either.
probably can't hurt or help. It's kind of like the snow on the trail, right?
Right, exactly. It's going to help, but it might hurt,
In
right?
some
Or
ways,
neither.
yeah. Because let's face it, they need support, right?
They absolutely need support. Yeah.
Yeah, and other people and places need support too, like our podcast on occasion. So, um,
Everybody needs it. We need a little help from our friends. They're
that's
like
right.
Ringo. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's lots of ways to support the podcast. If you were so inclined, you could tell a friend about it. That's probably the best thing to do is to tell a friend about it. And if you heard an episode that you liked, we just had Ty Gagney on. I think last episode, author talking about winter environments in the whites and rescues. If you like that episode, maybe you tell somebody about that. Other episodes. You hear something you like, pass it on. So maybe you like today's episode, right? Maybe you heard stuff about longevity running, that
Yeah.
helped. So,
I just for reference ran my first New York marathon in 78.
mm,
So was it
that's pretty good.
and I knew nothing. I was a dumb college student. I was
Yeah.
21. I was wearing Nike waffle trainers.
Mm.
I wore a cotton t-shirt. I bled.
So
It
you
was
ran it
fun.
before Salazar did, right?
I guess so. It was a thing. It was fun.
Mm. But
Yeah.
it was it how many years had they done the 5 borough course?
I think it was probably the second year because I think through 76 they just ran it in the park, but I think it was
Yeah.
probably the second year of the 5 borough course.
Wow. Yeah, it took me to 2003 to run New York. And I've never gone back. I've gone back as a spectator, but never gone back to run it again. So,
I ran it twice.
mm,
So
yeah.
78 and 85. And then I never
Oh,
ran it
okay.
again. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The year I ran it, P. Diddy did. He ran it.
All right.
So P. Diddy ran the city. So,
And
um, all right. Well, and something else you could do is if you wanted to support the podcast, a way to do that is to become a Patreon. These are people who give a monthly donation, and it helps us pay for things like microphones and some of the other online expenses that we have
right. Otherwise you wouldn't be able
to
to
get
hear
things to
us.
go. Yeah, and it would be very quiet, right?
Very-
You might actually, well, you could, some people, I don't know, they might pay for that, right? A moment of silence.
That's true.
Okay, so
There's a
let's have a
seat
moment
in
of silence, Fred, right now, just for a little bit. Okay, all right, that
All
wasn't
right.
too weird. Sorry.
There's a scene in a Marx Brothers movie where Groucho is asking his brother, like, how much does it cost to pay you to play? And he says a certain number. And he says, how much does it cost to pay you to practice? And he said, a certain number. And he says, how much to pay you not to play? And he said, you can't afford it.
Well, that's I guess what we would say too, right?
Yeah, you want to like, have us not do the podcast? You can't afford it. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Um, or how much does it cost to unsupport us, right?
unsupport us.
So, um, all right. Well, I do want to thank all these Patreons. If you see them when you're out there running, be sure to thank them. And it's not too late for you to join in on the fun as well. Our apologies if there's anybody that we failed to fuck up your name. We'll try better next time. So, first one up is hashtag Hundo Joe.
Right at the top.
That's right. Right at the top. Number one with the pound sign or with the hashtag. We have big bucks, big money, Albert Star Galactica. He's a guy who collects money as he runs, looks good doing it, is the fashionista of New York. So
I haven't seen him on the socials as much. I just haven't been on Facebook as much, but I know
yeah.
he had an injury that he was recovering from, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he's back out there. So
Okay.
go
All
Albert
right.
Star.
Yeah, yeah. I have to say it's been weird for me. Because like not running, it's a weird place to be. Not running, I don't know how else to put that, Um, so it makes it does make social media a little bit tougher too, you know,
I get it. Yeah.
somehow. So um I did get together with to New York Banano, uh Mr. Tony. So we've connected a couple times there. And also I talk on a regular basis with a Marcus. So Marcus is, oh my God, he sends me fucking pictures of what he's doing as far as climbing and things like that. Um, he does like ice climbing.
Oh,
And so
okay.
just picture like a huge ice waterfall, right? And then he's just like a fucking Black Widow spider, just with these like ice axes, like, you know, crampons and ice axes, just swinging and climbing up that sucker.
I was just talking to my son about that yesterday because he's at the University of Oregon and he wants to do some alpine climbing in Oregon.
Mm,
And I was like, you should learn how to use crampons and ice axes. And he was like, how do I do that? And I said, there's a lot of waterfall uh, opportunity if you go to the right place because you get
mm,
frozen waterfalls and that's what people do. They climb them, so
mm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he's always fun to talk to, whether it's on the phone or at Notchview or wherever. So um, another one, Amy Jennifer Hanlon. She's been nice enough to come out and support the Cut 112. Kind of finishing. She is probably like we have people who have finished the race three times, the 112, like David Baker and a couple others. But Amy has she has run the mutt, which is the first 60 miles. She's run the butt, which is the back 50 miles. She's run 112 miles, and gotten engaged at the finish
At
line.
the finish line. Yep.
And now she is going to be a volunteer this year. So I am so psyched to have her on the volunteer team.
And when we had her on, I was very impressed that she had chunked the entire race as a way of getting ready for it. She had done it in segments before the
Yeah,
first time she did the 112. I was like, okay,
yeah.
yeah,
It lets you know what's ahead, and I
yes.
think that makes it much more palatable, one bite at a time. So next up is our pharmaceutical rep, Amaya Sorensen. Uh, was was so fun to see her at at Christmas Eve. Got to hang out
Yep.
with her.
Yeah, I saw
So,
Christmas Eve as well.
yeah, at a
And,
different time. Although how is it that you saw her and I saw her yet we didn't see each other?
well, that's the mystery.
It is, and we're not
Because
saying a word.
yep.
Figure it out. It's like the doctor walked into the room and said, "I can't operate." No, forget it. I can't
Oh
operate.
man.
This is Andy Tide.
Andy
So
Tide, proud of Plymouth. Yep.
that's right. Yes, yes. Got to get to Plymouth sometime. Angelia Rose getting it done. Anna G, she just went to winter school up in the White Mountains in where was it? Cardigan. Fuck, one of those huts. I should know which one it is. Um, in the White Mountains, and went with the AMC for some uh, some learning, and it was freaking cold.
I'll
So,
bet.
it
Bet
was like it was ultra cold last
she
weekend.
got some serious
So
schooling there, I'm
oh,
sure.
she
Right?
did. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and that's what it was about. Full conditions. Like, how do you deal with really cold weather and stuff like that, and all the other stuff. And I don't really even know what else they talked about there, but I'm gonna find out next week, I think is the plan. So next is Antone de Betancourt out there in, if he was in Davenport,
Oh,
he could be de Betancourt's from Davenport.
to Betancourt, Devonport. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Azam
Shazam.
Pulatov, Ben Nollet. So that's Ben with one N. And I talked to his dad not too long ago too. I think uh right around the new year, I talked to his dad. So um and I told him everything, Ben. So sorry. You got some splaining to do. Ben, we got Ben with one N, and then we
Ben one
got
in.
Ben double N Griffin, who is I'd like to announce that he is having a ski event at Notchville, right?
We just
So
called it tonight. It's
fucking
got to be, right? Yeah.
breaking news here on Culture. We got the Culture scoop. He's
Uh,
having a ski event. Yeah, right there. Whew. Just when you thought it couldn't happen, right? I would do that. Like, if my shoulders were good, fuck, I'd fight you. You're lucky my shoulders are bad. um, I would go do that, like, not this winter, but next winter maybe.
yeah, let's do it.
So, all right, we'll do it. I'll tell him when it's going to be. I'll find out when I'm free. Maybe we'll just break into the place and do it at night, right? We could do
All
that.
right. Yeah.
Okay, it's probably cool,
Headlamps.
right? Right? It's good. We know Ben. We'll use
Yeah.
his name.
If we get in trouble, we'll just say we know Ben.
That's right. Or we could bring Bessic,
We could bring
right?
Bessic. He's a big guy.
That's right. Just ski on his north side, right? um, got Bikini Chicken.
Wah, wah.
That's right. Bill Gibbs. I got to talk to Bill because I'm hoping Bill is going to be going to King of Pain, because I need hoping that he will be the leader, or at least the emergency leader,
The spiritual head.
the spiritual head, right? I guess that the sacrum of the running group. So
Yeah.
we have our patriotic Patreon, Bill Gilpatrick. Then we have Bill Odendahl. He is the
RD.
he's the RD of the QT. He's the RD of the QT 104,
QT.
as well as Lake Warmug. So
He is indeed.
check him out. Got Brian.
The head dumbass.
That's right. He is. Bill is the head dumbass. That's true. Brian, whoa, listen to the music. So Brian O. He is Amy Jennifer Hanlon's Irish stepbrother. So or Irish cousin, I think. Sorry. Stepbrother. That would be creepy, right? No.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Brian O. And then we got B. Rice Henley.
Yeah, B. Rice.
Yep. And Celeste Fong a Ding Dong,
Oh,
who
ding
signed up.
dong.
She signed up for the Cut 112.
Woo!
So looking forward to her getting it done. Also, Sherry Bilby, right? You got her and
Yeah.
Chris,
Friend of the cut.
friend of the cut. You got Chris Rosall, knows all,
Knows all. Sees all.
is all.
Is all.
Mm-hmm. And then Christine Shinhang. I haven't talked to her. I need a Christina fix, I think, pretty soon. So, got hello. Why don't you do this, Fred?
Oh, hello, Clarice.
That's very good. That's very good. No argument here, right? Gonna move along. Got Crutch Lee,
Crutchley.
Mr. David Hide and Seek. And then I wonder if people can use AI to solve for David Kaplan. Like if they can get over on him, and pass his
that would
exams.
be cheating. Part.
It
I think
is.
that would be cheating.
He's actually AI proof. He does have an AI in his first name, but there is no AI in his last name.
Uh-huh.
So
Just an A.
but I think actually maybe his tests were written by AI because
Ooh.
they left their mark in his name.
Hmm.
What do you think?
No,
Enough? Can we prosecute?
Signature there?
Can we charge him? Is it we got enough for a case here? Bring it to the grand jury.
We could bring it to the grand jury.
Okay, or at least we could bring it to the mayor of Culture City, Emily Mayer.
Yeah, Emily Mayer of Culture City.
That's right. Fitty K, Enrique.
I've not run into him recently around our little town.
That is your loss.
Father of the chosen one, of course.
Yes. No, I went for a good walk with him, probably a 6 miler 2 weeks ago or so.
Look at you. You're out there walking a lot, huh?
I am. Yeah. If anybody wants to go for a walk, I'm your guy. You call me up, I'm walking.
I would have walked with you guys 2 weeks ago, but I was out of town. I was in Little Rock.
Okay, that's a long
and then
walk.
Tulsa.
And what time was it there?
It was Tulsa time.
Tulsa time. Okay, good. That's fair. Just check in, Fred. Without missing a beat. That's good. Most of the audience is like, what the fuck are they
What the hell? Yeah.
What the hell?
There's actually a big fresco on the side of a building across from the Bob Dylan Museum that says "Living on Tulsa Time."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good. We got Eric Wester. So he will
he'll get up pretty soon. Right now
he's westing,
right?
He is, yes, he's always westing. So Franklin Gandiaga.
Gandalf.
The Franklin Gandiaga is the original founding father of Lord of the Rings.
There he is.
Or one of the original founding fathers, Franklin Gandalf. Fred Wills and Estates.
Yeah, the fast Fred from Cheshire.
That's right. Yes, is he an attorney too?
I don't know.
He doesn't practice elder law?
But I know he's a fast runner and he's from Cheshire. And a slow runner, also from Cheshire.
Huh. And you both named Fred.
Both Freds. Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
No.
Okay. Geoffrey Myler, carrier of the Jamie Myler.
That's right. And you make it sound like he has a disease, but
yes,
he was literally carrying the Jamie Myler. That's true.
Yes, the Gary. But she wasn't wearing. Maybe was he wearing jeans, or was she wearing? She wasn't wearing jeans. So I thought maybe he was carrying the Jamie Myler in jeans.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, we have Walter Greg Mathau. We have Hot Sweaty Balls.
Sweaty Balls.
JJ Duran. I saw he's interested in the Real King of Pain. Hopefully that interest turns into a visit.
He's a great guy. Awesome. It'd be nice to have him come down.
Yeah. If you need a place to crash, JJ, call Fred, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no, you can call me. We can, I got a van. Okay. And no, I do have a spare room, so you're more than
JJ
welcome
and
to
I
come
have a
out.
connection now because
Really?
of Bennington College. Yes.
Oh.
My daughter goes to Bennington, and JJ's grandma was the physician, the school physician when he was growing up. So he like was on the campus a lot and stuff.
Hmm. Okay, that's
And
cool.
he lives right near there. So
Awesome. I got to get out to that to his hood there because it's a nice place and everybody's so nice there. So
yes.
um maybe let me think about this. Would it be really weird to go there on the way to New Hampshire? Not
It's pretty far west.
it is.
I mean, it's close. The closest big city to like North Adams, Mass is
Yeah.
Albany.
Okay.
So you're on the western
Like if you
edge.
kind of squint your eyes a little bit, it's not such a bad idea,
But
right?
nothing's that far
I
when you're in
know.
New England. I was just in Little Rock and drove to Tulsa, and everything is so much bigger there. And those aren't even huge states, you know.
Yeah. Okay. We got Jack I. Smith.
If you have an extra snowblower lying around, give her a
Yes.
buzz. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. I
yeah.
try I mansplained a bunch of snowblower shit.
I saw
I
that.
think my ADHD medication was kicking in during it. So it's like, well, there's lots of things you can do. First, make sure you're on the planet Earth, okay? Because
Yeah,
you know, fucking if you're on Mars, they or Mercury, they probably don't have snow there. So
yeah.
you
Just
yeah.
give her a snowblower, people. Come on, somebody get
Yeah,
her.
somebody help her out, okay?
If you have an
Really.
extra one lying around, contact
That's
her.
right. Um, Jamie Myler.
Jamie Myler, what was it? Sub four, sub nine? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I stumbled upon some pictures from the Vermont 100 that she recently did, and was thinking back to that day or to that night or
Uh-huh.
that next day.
And the next day, right?
Yeah. Uh, Jessica Crandall. She's C. Rand All.
C. Randall. Okay. Yeah.
C. Randall, like everywhere.
All of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Um, Jillian Ellefson. And I think she even told me about the Elf daughter. That could be like her. It was almost that
Elson, Elf
name.
daughter. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, as she came through the Cultra the Ellis Island known as Cultra. So, where we fuck up your name. Uh, let's see, Joseph Morris Rowe running
So
all
many
them
streets.
streets.
So many streets.
That's right. Josh Allen's ex-girlfriend, Ellie
Cool.
Pell.
Ellie Pelt. Yep.
So I
Ellie
haven't
Pelt.
talked to Ellie in a while. Have you talked to Ellie?
No, but she must be on her way to the Olympics, right?
I
She's
would
probably
assume so. I
she
mean,
must be in some sport. Maybe she's doing Skimo.
she probably is. She's probably, or
Alternate for the Skimo
no,
team.
she's doing short course schemo.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
It's one where you kind of practice taking your skis off and on, and um, I don't know. It's pretty cool how they take the skins off in schemo when they're fucking serious. They reach down and like do this like hop jump thing. It's cool. It's showing off kind of, but
I gotta watch it.
you
Yeah.
do. You should. Let's see. Just a plotter.
Just a
Just a plotter. Uh, Speaking of Justin Kowski, just in
not a
time.
plotter.
That not a plotter. Just yeah, he's definitely not
Just
a
not a
plotter.
plotter.
Yeah, just definitely not a fucking not even plodding at all. Like just a ultra sprinter.
That's right. There you go.
He could be an ultra sprinter, right? That's kind of
Sure.
like that's not untrue. I mean, that kind of says it. Our favorite action verb, Kelseying.
Kelseying.
Um, let's see, lands a lot.
Also takes off a lot. Is that what?
Does, yes, he takes off a lot too. Sophia Loren Edelman.
I saw her not that long ago, and it was nice to catch up with her.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do to catch up with her.
Well, no, she was standing still. I would never
Okay,
catch up
good.
to her if she were running.
Good, good, good. Next up is Leanne Zarger.
Yep, Laz. I saw that she's on the list of 100-mile finishers of
Oh,
a certain age.
oh, she did, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, like on the Ultra Running Magazine year-end
Yeah.
report?
Yep.
That is, I got to look at that because that's the coolest. That was like probably one of the highlights of my life was the when I got on one of those lists. So, um, let's see, Lenny's mom.
Got it going on.
She
It's also
does.
Althea's mom too. So she
Oh,
did. Yeah.
all right.
Lenny has a sister,
Oh, okay.
Althea.
Cool. Um, why don't you take it from here, Fred?
Sure. But before we leave Lenny's mom, she and I had
We
a
could
little
never
bit of a
leave
back and
Lenny's mom.
forth on the socials about Bob Weir's passing because, Grateful Dead and everything. So
Yes, yes. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
yeah. And
Yes.
her other dog, Lenny's sister, is named Althea, which is a title from a Grateful Dead song. So
Oh, okay. Okay,
yeah,
good to know.
yep.
Good to know.
Okay. Say Macho
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yes. Metro Man.
Um, Mark Keeley.
Mark Keeley, rat-a-tat-tat.
Oh yeah. Matt Nilsson Schmilson.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Lepresti Loop.
Or Lake,
Yeah,
formerly known as a lake.
I told the story about how he passed me probably 20 times at across the years before he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were out here."
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh. Hey, so congratulations to the CT Trail Mixers, that running club. They are celebrating, is it 10 years, Fred? Right? I
I believe
think
so.
they're
Yeah.
celebrating 10 years.
That was his inspiration, and he did a
Hmm.
great job with that. I don't think he's the executive director anymore. I think he passed that torch to somebody else. But
Hmm.
man, we would not have an organization like that but for Michael Lepresti's energy.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
way to go, Michael.
Yep, that's gotten a lot of people lost in the woods.
Yes. Yep.
A lot of, and I think back to a lot of the of my favorite, if I were to name my top 20 runs, quite a few of them were with Michael,
Yes.
whether
Yep.
they were runs that he organized or whether they were runs that he just happened to be at,
Yeah. And
probably
he's
the
a
majority of them.
relentlessly nice guy too. He's
Yeah,
so
yeah, he's
nice.
way too fucking nice. So,
Yep.
um,
We had a whole show with him on, and if you listen to that show, we didn't even swear because he's such a nice guy.
yep.
He's not a swearer. So we were like, all right, we're going to be on
He
good
could though.
behavior.
He has
He has sworn,
sworn. I
yeah,
swear he has
various
sworn.
times. Yeah, you've
Yes.
heard it.
Yep.
I have not. So
I can testify that that I sworn. I swear.
I swear that he swore.
That's
Okay.
right. um,
Michelle Pom Pom O'Neill, who also
oh yeah.
puts in some time with the trail mixers. Um, Fantastic person.
Yes,
I haven't seen
she
her in
is.
too long.
Yep.
Um,
I saw
Miles
her. I
Victors.
didn't you see her Christmas Eve?
I did. That's right. I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing
Yep.
about Michelle on Christmas Eve. People have like those like the yak tracks to like
Yes.
pop on your shoes.
Yep.
They're usually nondescript and black. Michelle had a red pair, and I was like,
Mm,
Michelle, only you could have a stylish pair of yak tracks. But so she did.
mm.
She did.
Did they have streamers?
I'll bet she could do that. She put some streamers on there.
That's right. Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
And
and they matched her outfit. She had a red outfit on too. So I mean, I was like, this. I wear stuff that's older than my kids when I'm out running in the winter, usually
mm,
like old ragged stuff, and she's always
mm.
looking good. Miles Victor's, um,
Yes.
not that's not an ultra name really. Miles Victor's. That's more of a track name, right?
He's fast twitch.
Fast Twitch. Yes, that's a
That's right.
Fast Twitch name.
It is
Exactly.
a fast twitch names, but we all know that fast twitch muscle fibers can be converted to slow twitch muscle fibers after running for long periods of time.
So they
And I,
say, yes.
and I think that that's he's proven that, or he's out to prove that. So um,
Okay.
he aims high and is a good spirit out there. So
Monkey Stuffer.
oh yes,
Saw her on Christmas Eve as well.
yep,
And she went up that entire hill and back down on the ice and like didn't even slip. So
no,
it's,
she
I think she's a surefoot. She's monkey stuck for surefoot.
yeah, she used to be a professional ice skater, like a figure
Well,
skater.
all right, that makes
She would
sense.
do that like I think like on Flashdance. I think she was on she had a feature, she was the skating double for the girl in Flashdance during the skating scene, but not the part where she fell. Okay, just to be clear, not
No,
the part where
not that part
she
because she
dumped
would
it.
never
So
fall. She didn't
no,
fall.
she couldn't. It's
Um,
impossible.
Name,
No me.
always there. Nat Zilski,
Yeah,
nothing.
I got nothing. Not sure what to say.
PKO,
Oh yeah.
powered by Pop Tarts. Haven't seen him in a while.
No. I did see,
Robin's doing well.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen him since Yankee Stadium.
Well, there you go.
So he and I saw a game, caught a game together a while back. So last season.
Uh,
So
Rebecca Gonzalez Kreisberg,
mhm.
Iceberg.
Yes. Yep. And
7/8 under the water. Is that what you said?
I
7/8?
think so, at least that, she's got
Yep.
many meters because we always express distances in ice in meters. Um, many meters of ice under the water.
Okay.
Um, and
Richard
no,
runs trails on YouTube, finishes Traveler 100.
that's right. Yeah. Um,
Nice. Nice,
yeah,
Richard.
that is pretty cool.
Rob the Bear, Breckenridge.
Yep. Yep. He got a cameo appearance on a picture that got posted up of the Vermont 100. So
Really
finish line.
nice.
Yep. True. 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 True.
Fame. Ross. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it,
All
Belak.
right.
Um, what a great guy Ross is.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in too long, too.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. My brother and I were talking about it. Little baby Bobby Byram
Oh
came to
yeah, you
visit because
guys went out there, right?
he's well, Bob came for a visit. It was my mom's 90th birthday. So we had a party for her last weekend, and little baby Bobby Byram came out, and it was fun, except that I got to tell this story. So there's this little segment that is like less than a quarter mile. It's like 0.19 of a mile or something like that. It's this tiny segment in my neighborhood. And my son Jack ran it and beat me in it. Okay. And then Bob was running, and we went for a run, and I told him about the segment. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go after this, or, I'm going to go run it. And I was like, okay. And I just watched him run up hills and stuff like that. And he fucking beat me by a couple seconds. He smoked me on this thing that for a run I did in like 2020.
All right.
So that's my only running goal right now is like, as soon as I get recovered, I got to just get fast and take that fucking segment back. I mean, I'm really happy for him, also, but also fuck him.
But faster or slower than your son, though?
uh Slower by a second.
Ooh, okay. All
So
right.
luckily Jack held up the Byram name,
Yep.
and so Jack held it in second place. One of my other neighbors has the first place. So then
Oh,
after Jack saw that Bob went and got within a second of his time, Jack went out for a run that very night and took the crown.
all
So
right.
and
Nice.
took down the other guy. So he took over that master segment there. So It's our own little Glastonbury burrito league, I would
Your
say.
burrito
You know,
league. Yeah, there you
that's right.
go. All
So
right. Run the whites at midnight.
that's right. Yes, running the whites at midnight. That's I got to find out what the whole story is behind that. And um, there's that, you know. So um,
Sounds like a Jigger Johnson kind of thing,
it
right? That's
does. It does. Yep.
uh Sandy Bartel,
Yeah.
barbells.
Sandy Barbells. Haven't seen her in a while, so I mean, I feel so out of it, Fred. I got to tell you, don't
Ye-
like. It's just my advice to people out there, like, don't get fucking injured because it's kind of like even if you're not like there's lots of bad, worse things that can happen in life, but it does kind of suck, you know.
Yeah,
So
it takes you out of your game, kind of. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially when there's like 12 feet of snow outside, and
Yes.
and there's not. I guess yeah, people should be out running in the snow though. What's the matter with you people? If you're not,
Get out there.
get out there. Yes, definitely.
Sarah Porce, Soon and Crewin,
That's right. She is.
Simon C. Edgett. Did I tell you that my daughter, who goes to Bennington,
Uh huh.
has a friend who's from New Haven. We gave him a ride home on Thanksgiving,
Mm.
and he says to me while we're in the car, "Oh, you're a runner in Connecticut? Do you know Mr. Edgett?"
Yeah.
And I was
Was
like,
he a
"Hell yeah, I do."
was he a student of his?
He was a student at the sound school of Simon's. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent, excellent.
And
That.
they have like Bennington has this interterm thing where you're supposed to do uh some kind of an internship. And this
Mhm.
student who's a freshman just went back to the sound school. He's doing his internship there. So he's probably seeing Simon all the time.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. That's you know what, making impacts on people's lives. So
Yes. Yep.
very good.
Um Slurpee runner,
Oh yeah,
slurpeeing all around the greater
that's
Philadelphia
right. You
area.
could you could just be like a glass of Kool-Aid and go outside, and all of a sudden you're a Slurpee.
These days,
It
yes.
happens
And
really.
then the
It's
next thing you know,
it's
you're a
really easy.
popsicle.
It's a
Yeah.
slippery slope, right?
It's a slippery slope.
That's
Uh,
right.
Steep endurance.
Oh yes, Brian Van Dyke.
That's right. Steve Estrema,
That's right.
Estremera,
He is so extrema.
Streamer.
Yep,
Yes. The Blue Hills Contagion.
that's right. That's right. It is. They're trying to contain it, but I just don't think it can be done.
Well, you know, some dangerous stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It is. It is. That's an apt name for it. So,
TJM,
hmm
pods, races, vinyls, change the world.
that's right. Change the world. And if
Scotty,
you can't change the world, at least change a diaper now and then, and
yeah,
that will change the
and put
world.
on some music on the turntable.
That's right. Put the needle on the record.
There you go. Uh, Tom
The
the
destroyer.
Destroyer, Stardy.
Hmm
Yeah. Tony D.
Tony D.
DeMizio,
All right, Tony.
Ultra Walker. Andy and I have not gone for a walk in like 3 months.
You know what? Hold it. I don't. Why? What am I thinking here? Why haven't I been for a walk with Andy?
Oh, you should. He's the Ultra
Right?
Walker. He's
He's
the
the
man.
fucking ultra walker.
Yes. Yeah.
Now it's also clear.
He and I have just not connected. And he wants to like connect the state up in a couple of different ways, but he's like, we got to let some of the snow melt first because, it's a little dangerous walking on. He takes me on these state highways and stuff.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta,
yeah. That could be
you gotta
bad.
have room. You need room.
Snow. Yeah, snow plows are. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be careful out there, people. Like wear reflective gear.
Yes, definitely be careful. Yeah.
You know.
Um, William, keep running, bro, on YouTube, Jara.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Um. Well, that's quite a list, Fred. So thank
It's
you
a great
for.
list.
Yeah.
All of you who I haven't seen recently, I miss you guys, and I'd love to catch up with you.
Yeah. I hear you there. And seriously, if anybody wants to go for a walk, give me a shout. Okay, I'm up for
You
a
can
walk,
make a donation, like go for a walk with Art Byram and like donate to a charity.
or I'll pay you.
That's what it's come down to. Yeah,
That's
I'll
right.
just pay
Yeah,
you, man.
yeah. I'll pay- that's right. Um,
Or you could go to Art's house and run that segment and try to take the crown.
oh fuck.
Yeah.
You could do that. It's on Scarborough. I'm just saying it's Scarborough in across it's kind of across the street. It's not it's like I guess it's about a mile from my house. But it's on part of the
Mile
regular
and a
route.
half,
Yeah, it's up
maybe.
by off of Paxton Way,
Okay.
connecting Paxton Way and Kinney Street. So yeah, if you want to go up there and kick some ass, that's kind of is that really I must be a bad dad, like because my son holds the crown for that and he's like happy about it. And now I'm gonna go and put a bounty on it, call public attention to it. What is that? Well, who does that even?
Oh
There's
man.
no segment. Forget the segment, okay?
I started it. I'm the one who started it.
That's right.
You
But you
can,
could, I mean, that would be funny because, I mean, funny for you, but like not funny. But anyway. Um, oh, Fred, I don't know. What else do we got here?
I think we've come to closing remarks, Art.
Yeah, yeah. Closing arguments, right? So, um, I guess like, hopefully, you know what? I know we do have some Boston listeners. Hopefully, you guys are getting it done at the Burrito League, and um, we could make the Scarborough segment the Burrito League segment here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I might work on something else with that. Kind of make it a little bit. I mean, that would be a good place, but it would freak the neighbors out. They would be like, "What the fuck are all these people walking?" That would just like,
They definitely would be like, what's going on here?
and I'll
Yeah.
just have them point towards my house, say over
This
there.
guy did it.
He did it. Yeah. Um, so yeah, so I hopefully people are going to get out and have a chance to do the real King of Pain. That'll be a lot of fun, or sign up for the cut, or I would say that if you think you have a good suggestion for guests, or if there's somebody you think we should be talking to, um drop me a line, let me know. That would I'd always up for some new ideas for that. New ideas that we can ignore and,
Yes, absolutely.
and move on. So um great. So thank you everyone for listening. Fred, it was an absolute pleasure to hang
Nice
out
to
with you
catch up with
tonight.
you. Yeah.
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 um and for all of our listeners out there, if you've made it this far, of course, seek professional help.
And be good to each other, people. Be good to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
These are tough times, and a lot of people are, it's a tough winter. A lot of people are suffering. Be nice to each other.
yeah. Shovel out somebody's driveway,
Oh, that would be fantastic.
right? Do that, and
Yes.
don't tell them,
Yeah.
or
Just show up. Yeah.
yeah, just fucking shovel it, or tell them. I mean, because I guess you don't want to get shot, right?
That's true. Like,
Just
don't
saying.
trespass. We're not advocating.
We're not saying trespassing is a good idea, but um, at any rate, if you have, yeah, and don't get caught for trespassing. Yeah. Okay. If you made it this far, of course, seek professional help, and we will see you all in a mile.
Mile and a half.
All right. All right.
One to the cipher, the circle complete. New England whispers, trail dust beneath my feet. Shadow bear lurking, compliance in the heat. Culture keeps the story, the rhythm, the beat. The net's a vein, pumping blood through the ponds. Rock scrapes, root snakes, every step redefines. Culture's the engine, the myth intertwined. 112's a religion, numbers realigned. Synchronicity sings in the echoes of streams. Trail bends like fate, stitched together